Hi everyone. Hope everybody's doing good. Welcome to Treya Tarot. This is the collective reading for Tuesday, July 9th, 2024. Today I'll be reading with the Ethereal Visions Tarot and the Talisman Oracle. It's one of my favorite oracle decks. Absolutely beautiful. All right, let's see what we have. If you feel that you resonate with my readings, please like, subscribe, and comment. It helps the channel, and I would love to hear back from my community. All right. All those tarot enthusiasts. Oh, man. So yesterday was about love. Today's about love. Seems like something's going on. Something's in the air. Okay. Yesterday brought messages of a transition from the way we used to operate in relationships, especially difficult or damaging relationships, and the choice of how we want to relate into the future going forward. And it was really about the understanding that if we can actually come to the truth, actually admit what's really going on, then we can transition this and head towards people that we don't have to protect ourselves from. So starting off today, you have the Two of Cups, King of Cups, and the Emperor. There is an energy here of the type of partnership we're actually heading towards that is so totally different than the types of partnerships we've had in the past. So if you're the type of person who's had a lot of relationships with selfish and or narcissistic people, this reading's for you. The Two of Cups, obviously that sort of reciprocal love, that divinely balanced love. The King of Cups and the Emperor, there's a self-assuredness in your future partners, and the people in your life. There's a emotional intelligence, a fairness, obviously with the Emperor, there's the potential for sort of like my way or the highway kind of activity, but there's definitely a more mature, balanced, wisdom-based relational experience coming into focus for many of us. That Two of Cups and King of Cups I love so much. This deck is so beautiful. I just can't get over it. Queen of Wands. Again, the Queen of Wands and the King of Cups has been showing up a lot together as a pair, which even though they're not a matching pair, they do have a lot to offer each other, in my opinion. It seems to me that in an effort to find this type of relationship where our partners are mature and have wisdom and experience and fairness and show emotional reciprocity, we have to get to the point where we realize that it's not a game. It's not a game. It's not a battle. Our relationships need to be built on mutuality. The Queen of Wands, Queen of Hearth and Home, she's the caretaker. Keep that in mind. Five of Swords, the winning at all costs card, the card of being really conscious of how hard you're trying to force something. The Knight of Pentacles is the knight that waits for information before moving. So the interesting read here for me is that, like yesterday, we are moving away from this caretaking people who aren't necessarily really invested in the relationship with us towards sort of like a reset. Do I want to continue to do this? Is this really in alignment with the type of partnership or relationships I want to have in my life? The beauty of the Queen of Wands showing up is that if you turn her energy inward, she creates the foundation for the type of relationship that the first row shows us, the type of reciprocity and fairness and stability and wisdom that can be present. But you have to use her energy in a way to sort of give yourself a good example of how that can show up, instead of always pointing that outward. Judgment. Release. Self-acceptance, release. Nine of Swords, worry. And then the King of Wands. There is someone coming back for some of us. Like the ex that is uncomfortable and most difficult and caused us the most pain. Be prepared, for those of us that this will happen for. I'm envious of those of us who are not in this place anymore. If you get a visit from someone who you really need to leave behind, the energy is there to support you in doing that. Judgment, that release, that this wasn't my fault energy, this I can accept who I am. You know, you may find that at some point this week you feel a sort of resolution that any of the things that were brought up by that, you know, the exes that were particularly difficult or damaging to you, or caused you the most heartache and worry, those issues might start to resolve through your direct action and expression of self-acceptance. So if you meet an old stressor, as in an old relationship, or even just the energy of an old relationship, remember that the way around that is to radically accept who you are and accept that you have something to offer, that you have value inherent to you. I'm going to pull a couple of oracles. Knowledge and defense. Your greatest defense against the things that you are attempting to leave behind is to remember just how much you've been able to get through. Remember the lessons you've learned. Remember the things that happened after those difficult relationships. Remember all of the time you spent processing how you felt, and if you were in therapy, all the time you spent going to therapy and figuring yourself out. All of the time that you have spent working on transitioning away from and processing the issues that kept you repeatedly and cyclically involved with people who didn't actually care for you the way you deserve to be cared for. Remember that work this week, because you've done it already. You've done it already, and what's really leaving, or what the cards are saying, is that we're leaving behind this sort of self-protective defensiveness so that we can open up to people who actually want to be present with us. That's super important, and it's really the kind of magician-like physical realization, the manifestation of all of the work we've been doing for those of us in this particular pattern. I know that's a lot of us, so blessed day. Oh, I love that. I'm gonna end on that one. If you can, take stock this week of the way in which this particular karmic cycle has closed out. Please do. Mark it with something. You know, light a candle and say a prayer, whatever works for you. It's important that you mark this moment, because everything in our relationships is going to change. It's going to get better, but it's changing, and that change can feel like releasing a really heavy burden that we've been carrying a really, really long time. So remember to mark it. Remember to take stock of all that you've gotten through, because better things are coming. Oh, I'm so excited for this. Okay. Have a really wonderful day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you.